I guess we'll go one more layer up. If I'm fishing in the, I guess there's two parts to this. If I'm fishing in the spring and in the fall, I'm going to be wearing waders. And people have this misconception with waders that you're going to drown if you fall in the water with waders. There's been many occasions, and you'll see them in some of the upcoming shows, where I'm swimming with my waders on. I'm literally swimming around in the water with my waders on, neck deep, floating in the water. And that's for multiple reasons, but it's kind of the like negative pressure on the waders makes it a little bit more difficult for them to fill all the way up. And then the other thing that I always wear is a fishing belt, and that fishing belt will keep the waders closed, and it will increase that like negative pressure. And what I mean by that is it's harder for like a ton of water to gush in all at once. Water still gets in, and sometimes when you're swimming around with your waders, you'll get like a half cup of water in your waders, but it's not like you're going to be drowned by your waders. It just doesn't happen like that. And so fishing belts are super important to have when you're fishing with waders. But the good thing about waders are they keep you float. They'll actually, like if you got washed into the water, you will float for you. I mean, it would be pretty difficult. And I guess there's another part to this. You should be wearing waders and then a rain jacket with over the top of the waders, and then a belt over the rain jacket that's over the waders. That keeps a much better seal from the water getting into your waders, and that's a really big deal. And the jacket in general that I'm going to be using 100% of the time is the Stormer Surf Top. And the Stormer Surf Top is the best jacket for surf casting, period. There's no better jacket. It's built for it. It's built for exactly what we do, and there's no better jacket that does what it does. Keeping water out, keeping you dry, keeping you warm. End of story. No better jacket, and it's not very breathable, but what it makes up for not being breathable, it helps so much later in the season. I even wear them when it's super hot out. I'm still gonna be wearing my Stormer jacket. I might not be wearing any waders or a wetsuit if it's super hot, but I am going to be wearing my Stormer Surf Top. It's a very important clothing item. But I guess we can get back to more of the wader situation. You want to, again, you have your waders, and they do keep a little bit of air bubble around you, so that if you fall in the water, you'll float a little bit. And you, with a rain jacket, or preferably the Stormer Surf Top with a fishing belt, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy for a belt. You could even get a piece of rope and tie it around your middle. It's just enough, it's something that closes everything down and keeps that water out of getting into your waders. And most of the time waders come up to here, so the most difficult part for that water, or really the only way the water could get in, is if it goes down from your neck and in. And then once it gets to like where your rope is, that the amount of water that can fill up only around like your upper body section is not very much all at one time. And then it's going to slowly seep into your waders, but it's not going to rush in at once. So it would be a long process before your waders would become like negatively buoyant, I guess you could say. And that's a really good thing. So contrary to popular belief, waders actually will help you in the long run in the early spring. Number one, it'll keep you dry from the super cold water. And number two, you will float on the water, and in the fall for that matter. I mean, it goes either way.